Hey everyone, today we are starting in the Vivec High Fame to pick up another temple quest.
I am never too busy for a good talk. Some time now for me.
Check on duties.
A holy woman here in Vivec is spreading the divine disease to others. Someone must convince Tanusia Veloth to leave Vivec City. Tanusia Veloth is a holy pilgrim and well loved by the people. Do not kill her unless there is no other way. Try and convince her to go to the Corpusarium before she spreads the divine disease to others. She is very devout and would be most easily impressed by some show of your devotion to the temple's teachings. What could kill two ordinators before they can draw their weapons? Slit their throats? Happened right here in Vivec. Gotta be a sorcerer or vampire. The Office of the Watch in the Hall of Justice is worried about sending their own ordinators out after this killer. The rumor is that the Office of the Watch is looking for outside help. You're an outlander. Did you know 5 other outlanders were killed just the same way? The Hall of Wisdom and Hall of Justice contain the executive, administrative, judicial, and martial operations of the Tribunal Temple.
Okay, there's also a modded quest near Vivec. I think it's called Galen's Quest for Truth. I'm going to head that way and pick up the quest. The mod page says it's a good idea to finish it before you finish the main quest, because it has to do with, it has to do with some of the questions in the main quest. So let me just pick that up, work my way through it. I have to restore my luck again. Through the spell of shame, you died, you must pay the mana cost. Okay. So there are a few quests, modded quests on the islands here, between here and Old Evanhart. So I'll just go ahead and pick those up. Mostly making sure I start Galen's before I then do area stuff, like go all the way back to Nandeen and clean everything up there. The only reason why I'm not doing the area zone by zone is I want to progress through the quest to make sure that we're going to quest zones without huge spoilers or without having to repeat the content. So an example of that would be the Andrano Ancestral Tomb between Nandeen and Pelagiad. We would have had to do it twice if we just went in there and cleared it out, because we would have been sent back there by the Mage Guild.
What assistance do you require, friend?
I'm just a simple pearl diver, dry skin. Not that I've been able to do much diving lately. There's a slaughterfish in these waters, the biggest, meanest fetcher I ever saw. And I don't care to find out if it's got a taste for lizard blood. Say, you've got a look of a fighter about you. Take care of that fish for me, and I'll make it worth your while. Look how pretty. That water is amazing. So, Galen's Island is very pretty. I like it here.
Go ahead, Outlander.
Hello there, traveler. You look soaked to the bone. Come, sit by the fire and warm yourself. I've some hot seaweed soup for us to share. What brings you to my humble island? I enjoy the solitude and the beauty of this place. It's a peaceful retreat for me, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. You sit down by the fire and eat a bowl of seaweed soup. Yes, I can see how living here would bring a sense of tranquility. Biome CV, yes, the Ascadian Isles are especially beautiful, with temperate weather and lush vegetation, and I have everything I need. Although I do miss one thing, the ability to write down my thoughts and experiences. If it's not too much trouble, could you bring me some ink and paper? 1 inkwell and 10 sheets of paper ought to do it. It would be greatly appreciated. So that's why I've been picking up paper. Thank you so much. Writing helps me keep my thoughts organized and clear. It also serves as a record of my experiences and ideas. There's a moment of silence, and Galen's expression turns momentarily sad. He looks west, toward Vivec. There was a time not too long ago when I lived in Vivec, serving the temple and attending to the sick. Though I may not have much on this island, I can still offer you my blessings and ensure that you are healthy. Speak to him about ordinators. The ordinators are the enforcers of the tribunal temple. They're tasked with maintaining order and enforcing the law within the temple's domain. But their methods can be harsh. They are not to be trifled with, and it is best to stay out of their way if you can. Okay, Alright, so did he give me a spell? I don't know, I've got tons of buffs. I don't know.
Please join me. We are the dark-skinned, red-eyed, elven people of Morrowind. The Westerners call us Dark Elves, but we prefer to call ourselves Dunmer.
When I ask about Peakstar, I tell you, the temple says she's dead, but how could she be the Nerevarine if she's dead?
The Ashlanders have a prophecy that one day a reincarnation of the legendary
his
hero
quest
Nerevar
before and
will unite
completed
the
it, I
Dunmer
had
against
completed
the
the main
invaders
quest,
and restore
so
the ancient Dark Elven nation. But the tribunal temple
I believe I'll be led back here by Devaith Fear when I get to speak to him, which I won't for a while. So we've met Galen. I'm going to mark here so that it's easy to come back. Okay. Alright, back to the lady in Caldera who is having nightmares. Dreams of the dead. So I need to go to Indalen Ancestral Tomb. This, again, is modded. It's for a home. And here is Indalen Ancestral Tomb right outside of Caldera. So we've already been there. Okay. Bone Lord Gravetender, I see you through the eyes of the spirit and the echo of the words in your thoughts. Guard your ancestors from beasts, from thieves, from profane priests and sorcerers. Let no creature steal your spirits, for the plundered hearth is diminished, and the plundered tomb is shamed. Those were my words, sent through the blood and lineage to find one who might purge this place before it is further profaned. You are yet another who has arrived in their stead. We are the Gravetender. Let it continue. One who twists the arts of death to foul purpose has stolen into the Grand Hall and is enacting an unclean rite, tethering us all to their will. I hear the others, those without form, and they are suffering. I was commanded to forsake my duty and stand guard, but they commanded nothing of defending with claw and blade, and less yet of singing through the blood to call on those who would answer. We would have you bring the justice of blades and teeth and blood to the necromancer. Do this for the dead. Ask about Cedric Tratoris. His name means nothing to us. Perhaps they were the one that came before. Nightmares. I intended no harm beyond what any might endure for their kin. They are a descendant of one interred here, knowing or otherwise, and there is a duty to be fulfilled. If it means anything to you, I grant you all of our apologies to carry to them, hollow as it is. You ask about Bone Lord Gravetender. We are the sacred dead. Our bones are taken from warriors, priests, scholars, hearthkeepers, and those who would serve an honorable death. From each, only the bones deemed worthy are taken, and the rest given over to the ghost fence. We are then purified in flame, blessed by the three. Okay, it seems like a really bad idea to loot a temple. Although I will take the key. You know, books are always an exception. I'm sure the undead would appreciate if I read things. Okay, I believe Doors of the Spirit is the book they just quoted about your duty in preserving your temple. So there is a necromancer. Another key. They're both the outer key. Let's see. Okay, there is stuff in here, but she doesn't want to bring further curse upon anybody. So just like there's a lot to get here. There's glass in here, I know. There's another key. Key to Indolent Tomb. Okay. She intends to give these keys to the true guardians of the tomb. And looting would not be right. She is also aware that Leroy is with her. She does not want to be witnessed doing horrible, stupid things. So a set of black gear. That's nice. But yes, just in a roleplay sense, she is not going to loot. I was wondering if we could find a body of, Cedric Tratoris. He is now her undead guardian. Okay, so we are going to respectfully leave the tomb. Port back to the Bone Lord. Live in one world with your spirits. Honor the spirits within and without you. Do not grieve for us. take shelter in our arms, and pay heed to our words. You have fulfilled the duty. We shall end our song to the blood. It may rest now. We will be silent as the dead ought to be. Be glad, mortal, you cannot hear the screams. The foul deviler's soul is being dismantled to empower the wards upon this place at this very moment, as is good and right under the judgment of the three. The ending of the words is Almsivi. Bound to foul service, now free to whatever fate awaits those who do not embrace the three and find themselves destined for the ghost fence. Pitiable. Okay. Well, back to Caldera. To El Musa de Mori's house.
Is there something I can do for you?
I'm fine,
You
thank
ask her
you. What
about
can I do for you?
nightmares. I felt them, a chorus of praises and gratitudes that my duty was fulfilled. Thank you for doing this. Since Cedric will not be needing it, I would offer you use of the loft for the remaining time on his lease as proper reward for your efforts. Okay, so that will give a home. Now, I'm not going to say it's a easy home to get. That necromancer can kick your ass early, so it's not really a newbie home exactly. It's a modest little space, up 2 stairs, up 2 ladders. Everybody climbs ladders, right, to get to their house. There's the lusty Argonian maid. Okay, well, she's definitely going to take the books. Alright, we don't need to loot paper anymore. We're good. So it's a modest home with some storage. I like the shelf. It's nice. Glass is very opaque, though. You can't actually see anything. So, that's the house. And, it's a little awkward. It's got ladders instead of stairs. As you can see, my follower can't even follow me up, which would make me, a little sad. I suppose if I levitated he could, but we're not going to be spending much time here. I do think it's a good little quest. Okay, I'm going to pick up the quest outside of town.
What brings you here, Dunmer?
Excuse me, can you help me? I've been robbed by some notorious thieves.
Yes, just a few hours ago I was robbed. I'm certain it was the group led by the Khajiit, Rogier. They stole all of my jewelry, but most importantly, they got 2 family heirlooms of mine. They've been in my family for years. If you can return them to me, I'd gladly pay you their weight in gold.
Okay. So, pick that up. We're going to head back into Caldera Priory. I've seen my husband do this. I haven't done it myself. If you can see, there are... Alright, that's Chalda. I'm going to pick up these 2 quests over here. While I'm at it, let me just look at Completionist. See what there is to do in Caldera. Okay, Caldera really only says Master Index. So that's going to be held up a little bit unless I do a little inventory. Oh, also, yeah, Astrologians Guild. Let me speak to this guy. We're supposed to make a potion for the Astrologians Guild. I hope I saved the components, but maybe I did alchemy with them and we might have to gather them. We'll see.
What can I do for you, friend?
How about
What's that? You have a potion order for me? You have an order for me? Let me see that. Alright, I'll need payment, which is 100 gold, some flint, and some crab meat. You'll probably find those in Shank's Shovel. Great. Okay, I have them. I saved it. Great. Can't get started on an empty stomach. Luckily, I have these ingredients on hand, so he needed flint and crab meat to eat. That was his lunch. Okay. Ask about Drozir. I've heard of him. That's the missing Khajiit. Rumor has it he's holed up somewhere around town with his band of thugs. Oh no, this is the... Yeah. Drozir is the person who stole the lady's jewelry. They say he's in some caves to the east of town on the other side of the hills. I'd just as soon avoid them myself. See if they have a rumor about Shank's Shovel. Nope, just a location. Okay. Alright. So then when we get to the Astrologians Guild... I have considered it. That was rude, but very satisfying. Look how pretty. She always gets a sense of reverence when she sees a netch. They're so very Dunmer. And they had netches in Deshan. As a kid, it would always be a magical moment to see one. Okay, we have the naked barbarian trope, which is continued through books and games.
What's your story? Hail and well met, stranger. As ye can plainly see, I require some assistance if ye be kind enough to grant it. I need help finding the festering witch who has robbed me blind and left me for dead. A witch she had to be. I was on my way to Caldera when I met her. She was a stranger here like myself, and our conversations lightened the burden of travel. She was quite friendly and, well, you know, we set up camp together. But that night she revealed the witch inside, cast a spell on me. I couldn't so much as blink, stole everything, even my worn-out clothes. But most importantly, she took my prized axe, Cloud Cleaver. Join with me, stranger, and let's find her and extract her entrails together. I knew you had the bloodlust in you, stranger. I believe she is still camped where I left her up to the northwest. Though I could be wrong, as the spell disoriented me a bit, it did. You know this area better than me. Lead the way. This witch shall rue the day she met Lormar Winesot.
I will rue the day I met Lormar Winesot. Yeah, so his name gives you some clues. So she's up the road to the north. This is not a satisfying quest. It's, it just has, you know, kill them choices. It's not subtle. So the question is, do you side with her or with him? And as far as I know, there's no diplomatic solution. Kill one of them or the other. I don't really care for this one. But I'll do it.
Can you ask your question quickly? I must be going. Hello there, stranger. I see you've already met my good friend Lormar. My name is Socia Caristiana, the healer. How can I be of assistance to the two of you? Ha! A right funny story that one is. The true story, Outlander, is that I took Lormar on as a travelling companion for protection only for the road to Caldera. Along the way he was getting entirely too friendly for his own good, to the point where I actually had to cast a sleep spell on him. Just to teach him a lesson in manners, I stripped him and left him by the road. And to be sure he didn't come after me for retribution, I took that cloud cleaver he's always fawning over as well.
So they're both wrong. Again.
Oh, I don't think he's ready to get it back quite yet. I can still see the rage burning in those tiny gnawed eyes of his. However, if he meets me in 3 days at the Mages Guild Hall in Caldera, I will return everything I have of his, but not a minute sooner. Tell him that is Socia's offer. You've heard my offer, and it will not change.
Okay, this time I'm going
Seems
to try
a bit chilly today, doesn't it?
see if I can persuade him. So, I wouldn't take this offer. She should give the stuff back, but,
Well, I'll
let's
not be
see.
waiting another 3 days to have me bloody axe when it is in the hands of that damned witch. Are you going to help me, friend? Or are you believing the lies spilling out of that witch's face?
So you either side with him or you side with her.
Then you will die
I'm going to say I
alongside
believe her. And then the naked barbarian tries to punch me to death. And thus endeth the fable. Okay.
To what do I owe this pleasure?
I don't know, she's a healer. She's wearing black.
What can I do for you?
I don't know.
I am sorry to hear he is dead, but he was a fool. Such is the way fools meet their end, and I will take Cloudcleaver to one who can handle its power. Lormar's obsession with that axe led to his death. I'll leave it with someone who can use it well. I thank you for your help, stranger. I think that hothead would have killed me had you not intervened. Here, take these potions as my gift to you, and seek me out if you ever require my services in the future.
Oh, seek her out if I... Okay, so, I don't know. Maybe she is. I just think they're both idiots. And, this is another quest, and it's a good thing that you're done. Alright, let's pick up what the quests we can see on the map.
Outlander.
Those damn thieves! I was attacked and robbed by some bandits. They stole my food supplies that I had planned on taking back to Cyrodiil. Hard to get good Dunmer foodstuffs there. I have a farm in Cyrodiil now, after serving for many a year in the Legion. I came to Morrowind on occasion to visit my kinfolk in Aldruin, and to purchase some local ingredients and other supplies. I purchased 3 bags of food supplies in Aldruin and was on my way back to Caldera when I was robbed here. Would you be willing to help me retrieve the supplies? Yes, I can help you. Very good. The bandits headed east down this path. I reckon we can catch up with them if we hurry. Okay. East down the path. Let's see. Ah. Okay. East down the path. I cannot pitch my tent in the air. Oh. So, yeah, sometimes I run around and do some chores before I start, which means I may have done so much alchemy and, sales and making spells and getting prepared for the next day that it really is the next day and I'm already very tired. She will offer tea and a meal to this man. Hospitality. Where they travel. Camphor iron right pauldron on a Nyx hound. Well, let's see. Resist shock 25 points. But heavy gear. Looks like there's something to do over here. Alright, she'll get back to it. Oh, we're headed to Caldera Priory. Alright, this is... Okay. Coming back. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna test my levitate other spell. Finally made it. Yeah? Yes? Are we levitating? You coming with me? Really? Yes. Okay. I see the spell effect. He's levitating. Good. Alright. Nyx hounds are the derpiest things ever created.
You will
Victory
die.
is at hand.
What is that under there? Well, I can't get to it, so.
You will die.
Found my food supplies. Very good, friend. Now, if you'll just escort me to Shank Shovel in Caldera, just south of here, we can call it a day. Speak with me again once we have arrived. Good to have them back. Okay.
Any time now?
I suppose I could spare a moment or two.
That's a little
I see this
awkward.
land suits you. We welcome
Well, we
you
made
freely,
it. Thanks for your assistance. In case you're wondering, I'll be staying in Caldera for some time before making my way back to Cyrodiil. Got a bit more business to take care of. Now, don't know about you, but I need some food and a tall tankard of Maste. This one's on me. Alvar Reld's hammer has been added, and interview with the Dunmer has been added. Okay. Okay, fire damage hammer. Okay. Nice. As a warning, don't go wandering about the area around Caldera Priory. If you're little. Zowie. It even hurt you. He always politely thanks her when she heals him and says she's getting
So
better at
where are you
restoration.
from?
Are you interested in making a deal? Look, I'm just a poor merchant just trying to make my way to Narmak with some trade goods. I could use an escort though, since mine seems to have buggered off. If you'd be willing to take me there, I'd give you... No, I shouldn't. Although it is a dangerous trip. Alright, I'll give you the boots of blinding speed. Although I'd be overpaying you by quite a bit. I can take you to Narmak. Excellent, although it seems to be quite a high payment. The boots of blinding speed are a rare and wondrous thing. Never mind, I've made the deal, and I'm an honest woman. Let's get going. Okay, so Narmak. Oh, which we haven't actually been to yet, so we're gonna go somewhere we have been. Definitely been to Drulin Phalian's hut, and we'll head south. Okay, here we go. We saved these Guar before. Okay, to make travel easier, let's see if I can levitate other on her. Duration should be a little bit longer on hers. Mine's 90 seconds, and hers is a minute and a half. Let's pick up Andersith on our way. Okay. So the boots of blinding speed, I've read something about these, and there are also boots of blinding speed in the cheater home, the storage home in Balmora. I believe I've seen people use them. They are significant. I choose not to, but I believe if they have a blind effect, blind 100%, and a speed boost. Now, the problem with using speed cheats for me is that it can... there's a speed cheat in the storage home. Very foggy. Speed cheat in the storage home, but I don't use it because it raises your speed to 100, which also raises up your level. I'm not against it, but I prefer to, in this case, use items but keep my level relatively lower, just because if I boost my way all to, straight to level 30, which I have done to test things before, just to make sure the maps work and the mods work, it doesn't give the same sort of natural... No, this is close enough. Thank you for your help. I suppose it's only fair that I give you your reward. Here, take them, though it pains me to give them. You're now the owner of the Boots of Blinding Speed. Okay. So in order to use the Boots of Blinding Speed, I'm going to ask her about them. Wondrous boots, never seen a pair like them. Okay. Let's see if she has anything else to trade.
I think you're going to fit right in here, friend. You've won me over.
Okay, she says she's a trader, but alright, nothing to trade. So I believe what you would need to do, let's take a look at them. So blind 100%, fortify speed, 200 points. If you give yourself a 1-second spell to resist magic for 100%, then the blind is negated. You can put them on and you can get a massive speed buff. Okay. So yeah, in the storage room there are several pairs of boots that have different magnitudes. Okay, it's Chalda. That's where we're eventually headed when we finish some more chores. I'm looking for those dwarven ruins. Alright, we'll have to pick that up later. Right now, we're going to go do more Caldera Priory. And as I said, I've seen my husband do this, but I have not done this myself. For some reason, his favorite thing at level 1 is to get a Daedric bow and then go beat up on Caldera Priory.
Looking for new gear or repairs to what you're wearing?
If only I could take my mind off things. If only I had my smithing... smirking. I thought it was smirking hammer. My smithing hammer. Not that there's a functional forge to work here. It's all in ruins, but still. You can't find it anywhere. The creatures must have taken it as well. I know it's stupid to worry about something like that, but... oh well, I can't help it. Usually when I'm anxious, I go to the forge, but now... perhaps you could keep an eye on it. An eye out for it as you explore the underground areas. I don't have much to give you, but maybe a bit of gold will be incentive enough? Yes, I'll look for it. Okay, so we got a hammer to look for, and also she wants us to look for the prior. The prior. Things probably respawn, huh? You know, we've actually been through here, so let me... okay, this is the spot where she said she cleared the rocks. We cleared this area before. So, she cleared the rocks, and now there's a waterfall. We're going to underneath the well. My husband is now playing Subnautica 2, so I won't get any more tips from him for a little while. That's pretty. Very cool light source lichen. Or, what, rock cabbage? Are you a rock cabbage? Okay, so there, yeah. Let's see. Looks more like this way. I am mistaken. Hello? Stuck on a stalactite. What I'm shooting at, they've got red bars. Oh, nasty spiders. Ugh. Hold still. Yeah, if something can't get to you, to be fair, I mean, it's true. They just run in circles, scream, and shout. If they don't have any ranged attacks, it's just annoying. Underneath the well spider cavern. Fun. I do not have arachnophobia. It always cracks me up that mod makers have to often make versions without spiders. Like Legacy of the Dragonborn in Skyrim has an option for no spiders. They're very cool spiders. A mushroom I can't pick. Oh, mushrooms everywhere that I can't pick. Oh, there we go. Vile Morchella. Sounds like a band name. Anemic twin stipe. New and exciting mushrooms. Ah, oh, those are just roots. Ooh, harada. That's an oblivion. Okay. They're a big spider. And I am okay sniping you while levitating, which is thoroughly unfair, and I love it, and I'm sorry that it's not in other games. Black spider matron. So she's developing, you know, a bit of a worry about things that burrow up from under the ground. Childa's hammer. What are you? Amulet of levitating. Okay. Mushrooms. All the mushrooms I can't pick just bug me. He's giggling. Saying she has finally met her match. And that she would stay here waiting for it to grow back if he didn't encourage her to carry on and move forward. River of Flame. Okay, it sounds like we need a renewed levitate. It's very dark in here. Okay, not sure where to go. Back up. This was the place she got stuck on the stalactites before. I'm not falling for that again. Okay. Oh. Okay, so she's actually going to get a torch. This is difficult to navigate for her. There are no real marked paths. Bone ruler, skeleton archer with a shard arrow, Sanctuary of Bone, River of Flame. She doesn't actually see a path to it. Since I don't see a path to it. Okay. So Night Eye is insufficient here. Seems like she should be able to get through there, but she can't. She knows she can't. Okay. She's very glad she didn't just jump over the end. Let's see if this path. So yeah, this can all be very frustrating.
Die.
Maybe? When you kill something new, that's usually good. It means you're on a new path. Okay, okay, she's already been to the spider caverns. So, this is rather tedious, and I am very unlearny about things like this. Let's see if I can... Okay, we're back to where we were before. So there's something moving up here and over here. Alright, let me see if I can actually get into this place or if it's an entrance. No. Alright. I don't have fun with stuff like this. Now I'm stuck because of my companion. I'm gonna port because this is not fun. I don't enjoy this. I am just lost. Oh yeah, okay. I skipped some Alright. Now what I can do is try to reverse engineer my way back. But it is so dark. You are in a maze of twisty little passages, all alike, okay? Alright, let me see if I can figure this out. It is at the bottom. Bone Ruler. Summon skeletal minion. Okay, so it looks like we should have come straight down here. Even with the torch, it's really dark. Dark and difficult. But the entry point is here. I'm still confused. Maps of Ardenfell. There's some environmental storytelling for you. Okay, yeah, these are not my favorite things. So I'm sorry that I'm unable to do this content in a satisfying way. But Dark Caverns with no map is really not going to end up with me going, oh yay, I figured it out. Aphantasia makes it very difficult. And although it might be a small and satisfying puzzle to someone else, to me, it's just frustration. Alright, so I did see this from my husband. And I do not know where Fleroy is, and it really makes me nervous. Okay, so I've lost my follower. Okay. He's still following. Let's see if he follows me through the Oblivion Gate. Okay, cool. He caught up. Good. Okay, cut out the sound here. It's just throat clearing. I really like the construction of this area. I'm just not really capable of doing it as it is intended. Have a visual disability. What is fun exploration for other players who can build maps in my head. For me, it's just all blank. So I tend to find my niche in things that tell good stories. I want to explore the story. Sometimes the mechanics take a back seat. Although if I do love a story, I will do a miserably difficult playthrough just so that I can explore the content a little more. I do find that much higher difficulty levels can really increase your sense of immersion. So if I've already beaten everything... Okay. Quest is down from here. If I've already beaten everything, I will go back and, choose something different. Choose a roleplay option. And explore further.
Die.
What die? What needs to die? What's dying? Where? Oh wow! All the way over there. Okay, buddy. Yeah, see, that's an issue when things run away. There is I lose complete track of where my followers are because they're busy chasing something at insanely high speeds and can die. Okay. So Azura Star has a Dwarven Spectre spirit. I'll use that to recharge my bow. Of course, it failed. But now Azura Star will refill herself. Yes, Azura Star is a she. I can't see it any other way. Alright, so now it's... The quest marker looks like now it's up from my current position. So yeah, imagine me trying to do this mod list with no maps. That is why I unfortunately had to remove a lot of content that is modded that didn't have maps, because at least I can try to figure my way out around here. But if I were in here with no maps, the only result is crying. That is the only possible outcome. Alright, so, I can't travel directly to the map marker. I think that's what we're getting. I'm going to see if there's anything back here that leads further to it along the path. Even though I thought I hit a dead end. Okay, so yes, this is a dead end. That whole looping path around here. So let's see if this is a cave-like substance. Yeah, alright. Ugh. So I would advocate, I've been playing games since games were 8th grade, back to handwritten copy of one of the first games even available on computer at all, handwritten version on a floppy disk of Adventure, which is a text game similar to Zork. Zork came later. Then I moved on to, I've been playing games since I was probably like 14. And I'm 59 now. I would advocate for people that are highly, highly visual. And this is a visual medium, no doubt. I'm not denying that. But for people that are incredibly visual, to give those of us a break. People have assumed I was lazy or, well, mostly lazy, I imagine. I simply do not have the capacity to navigate places like this without maps. It's impossible. I came back the wrong, see? Yeah, I just came back the wrong way, didn't I? I just came back, yeah. So, even while I'm trying to explain, I'm doing it. It can be very unfun to come up against the gaming trope that you have to always do it the hard way, the visual hard way. Now me, I am doing it the lore hard way. I'm reading everything, I'm stopping, I'm learning the story. So, please make room for us. Okay, how did I end up turned around and going back the same way? I don't even know. Okay, I must have killed something here and then turned around? I don't even know how this works. Okay, it's a switchback. It looks like a switchback. We go down here. Okay. Nope. Okay, yes. More switchback. Alright. Be aware of the switchbacks. That's what happened. I hit the bottom of the ramp. I went back up. So, just in the same way that I don't think it's fair to, tell someone in a wheelchair that they can't compete in sports, it is not fair to tell someone with aphantasia that they just don't qualify to play games. Aphantasia, I think, is about 1% of the population. The truth is, other people can turn off, cannot use the maps, or turn off the quest markers. It's not costing anybody anything in an Iron Man sense, but accessibility is very helpful. And I am grateful when it's provided. And in this case, I've had to generate my own maps, generate my own quest information, and I'm just incredibly grateful to those who made the mods that made that possible for me. Ancient Lich. Magician's Scepter. Fortify unarmored 10 points, levitate 1 point. Why? Okay. Alright. Not sure why that's useful in combat, but if you're surrounded by lava, maybe I get it. Hey, he's alive. Okay. Hey, good job. Alright, we're not sneaking now. Help! Please help me, whoever you are. Are you Damus Calen, the prior? Chalda sent me. Chalda, by the divine, she escaped? Oh, blessed be Stendar. And she sent you to rescue me? Yes. Take this scroll. It will bring you to safety. Oh, thank you, friend, for coming to my aid. I'd given up hope. The undead, they forced me down the well and through that fiery portal, and they put me in this cage to slowly burn away in the fires of oblivion. It is certain that we are dealing with a very distinct evil. It came to watch as its servants put me in this cage. It's a king, or so it claims. The king of dust and bone. Skeleton King, it calls itself. And it spoke to me, and its voice sounded like 1,000 needles piercing into my heart. It told me that my very blood would dry and harden and turn to ash, and that when only the bones remained, I would serve it. I do not know where it came from, or why it attacked our priory. Maybe it's a servant of the Daedra who are ever jealous of the love and devotion the divines receive from Tamriel's citizens. Perhaps it is its own master, out to find new servants and do its bidding. I do not know. I do not know. All I know is that as long as the Skeleton King exists and the fiery portal remains open, the priory is not safe. Please, friend, you've come this far. You have to destroy the king and close the portal. How? I believe the king has his lair further on. I cannot begin to imagine the horrors that must lie between you and him, but I beg you, please go on and find a way. I'm certain that this is some kind of pocket realm of oblivion, and portals to oblivion are usually fueled by a powerful object. If you can find that object, if you can find the source and destroy it, I'm certain the portal will close. And what about me? Would I be trapped here? You don't belong here, just as myself. I believe that when the connection to Nirn is cut, oblivion will spit you out like you would be a rotten piece of kwama egg. Oh, oblivion would spit you out like you would a rotten piece of kwama egg. Please, hero, destroy the Skeleton King and close the portal. As you wish, I will continue on. Thank you. I'm sure the Skeleton King will be a powerful adversary. Be ready. Okay. They are gone, and all she knows, she's going to continue because she doesn't want to come back here. See what this is. Brevet Keep. Vivec Keep. Resist fire and fortify strength. Okay, as much as I admire the environmental storytelling, I just don't enjoy this. It's a lot of the same. It's, you know, it's a lot of skulls, guys. We've, you know, okay. Alright, I don't... Am I going down? Did I come from here? I don't even know. Okay. Halls of the Damned. Sanctuary of Bone. A peculiar skull starts a vow of fealty. Okay, I still didn't get to that skull. Let's see if I can find it. It says it's up from here. Okay, let's see if it's in this room. I don't even know where I am. Nope. Okay, I think I can see the marker through the wall, but yes, there is wall. Should be up from here? Down from here? Okay, I feel like I've tried. I'm very confused. I don't know where things are. I am going to port. It was over in this area. It's green. I saw it, so I'll see the entrance to this place. Hall of the Damned. So that's yeah. All right. So how we would have gotten here. You can't tell if the skeletons are alive or dead. This. Okay. Dead. Pointing this way. So, alright. Okay. Scroll of the Flaming Hand. These can continue to look like books, and I keep trying to click on them. So, as you notice, they're aggroing on him, not on me, because they're using me. So this is probably showing the effectiveness of stealth. I could probably just sneak by all of these guys, but they will continue to aggro on my followers. Okay. So as the game progresses, it's at least during certain parts that I'm aware of in the main quest, he will have to be asked to stay home at certain points. He will take another step on his pilgrimage, or we will part ways. We don't know yet. Okay, so yeah, that is level 20. Same level as Leroy. I'm a whole level 9 now. Okay. Red Keystone. Greater Soul Gem, Grand Soul Gem. Bones Wrath. 3 skeletal minions for 1 minute. But the progression of these games tend to lean more toward being solitary, because if you want to be a completionist, and I'm not sure this character is going to. Okay, this is a dead end. If I then make a switch to, and this is what happens with Skyrim, you do the easier content first, and then the harder content tends to be the stealth content. You really have to build up your skill, or all you're going to be doing is getting arrested every 5 minutes. I believe I'm going to take a break from that and not pursue... Okay... not pursue stealth just because it does not suit her character in the way that her character is evolving. It might have at some point, but she's developed her own concerns. And unless I explicitly say, like I did with my Skyrim run through, I'm doing everything, I'm not even going to pretend to do any sort of roleplay. She still had a character, but her character was essentially divine. That precog made sense for her. But this is not a divine character. She is genuinely just going to find her way through the game. There are a few dreams she'll have, a few precog things that suit me, but I need to suit her. Okay, I'm just going to keep going down here. Yee! So this is a roleplay lore run. It's not... I don't think I have the capacity to be completionist. Really, I'm still discovering the game. Okay. So I doubt I'm going to be doing Morag Tong. It just doesn't have the same sort of story capacity. You essentially join the Morag Tong, and you just keep killing people. There's no real story. There's just, here's a writ, go do it. At least from my experience of it, it probably will not. What is... Okay, hold on. Alright, there is a door. Like, are we just going to end up in lava? Now, I doubt this character would be motivated in any way to turn to theft and murder. Those are all straight just for profit stories in this game. They're not really fleshed out in a story sense that I have appreciated along my way. Thieves Guild is incredibly petty, and the more that you get... No, I loaded a game instead of saving it. Nice. Okay, I loaded an old game. So we have already seen me walk all the way to the bottom. I'm just going to teleport down. Levitate down. So as I was saying, some of the... I know she simply does not have the stomach for some of the quests that you would encounter if you went to the more evil side. She would probably just die killing the quest givers. In particular, as a spoiler, but there is one quest where you escort a Khajiit to Balmora. She is a slave. You know this. You need to safely escort her somewhere. And Stormcrest. This is shock damage. A shock damage blunt weapon. You escort her, and the slavery is bad enough, but it turns out she's a drug mule. Triangles guys, fortify maximum magicka. Well, that's nice. By 1, I don't have a problem with it. Magicka here. Wow, that really took a chunk out of him. But the slavery being bad enough and maybe being able to tolerate that, which she wouldn't. She would kill the quest givers. When you return that Khajiit to the client, he immediately kills her because she's a drug mule. And just takes the moon sugar from her body, and I can't do that. It's just, I mean, there are certain things I can't do. That's one of them. In Mass Effect, there are a few things like that also. Certain things I can't do. Since I'm not streaming Mass Effect, I'm not going to spoil the stories. But, yeah, there's just some stuff I can't and won't do as entertainment. I have had evil characters. I've written evil characters that can do it, but she is not one of them. Alright. Okay. This is bad. God, why would you want to be evil and live in these places? It's not okay. Again, groceries. Ugh. And I'm sure eating human flesh just gets, you know, monotonous. A goat. Really? A goat. Okay. Oh wow, that's it. There's just a goat. Right? Yeah, baby. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's it. There's nowhere else to go to. Okay. Well, sweetheart, I'd try to get you out of here. You wanna follow? I can levitate you. Wanna get out of here? It's the best I can do, baby. And I'm going to leave you some water and some yams, okay? It's not fair what happened to you, and I don't know how to get you to trust me to lead you out, but you can at least... Oh, this is all suspicious. Oh, no, that's Tsuchiyama. Okay, let's give you some willpower and strength. And some nice mushrooms, okay? Okay, baby. Hope you find your way. 'Cause I won't. Okay, leaving the goat. So yeah, there are certain things this character won't do. That's not to say I, as a player, won't do them. I've only really encountered one thing that I absolutely can't and won't do, and I won't spoil it because it's a Mass Effect thing, in a game. There are other things that I've challenged myself to do. I eventually get them done. But some things aren't entertaining. Okay, this goes up. I'm assuming that's the door. No. Okay. I am very confused. We have made that clear. Okay, there was a door down there. This is the goat door. This is where we came in. This is the dead end. So she's aware she's being unreasonable. She is tired. She's beginning to slow down. She knows this is unwise. And yet she wants to finish it. She's completely overwhelmed. Pulling out her torch when she should be pulling out her bow. That is scary. That's a Wraithman, I think. She has to heal him. She can't even see where Leroy is. She knows he's alive. Desperately trying to do this. Desperately trying to be a distraction. This is a level 70 boss, which is a bit of a... Is that 30 or 70? I can't tell. I have reached level 10. She immediately vomits on the floor. Everything. She doesn't know where he is. She hopes he ran away to safety. She doesn't know where he is. Oh God, he's dead. She knew not to do this. She knew not to do this. She's lost, and she's sick, and she's tired, and she got him killed. Let me go back and mark at his body. She knew not to do this. She thought he was still alive. It looks like he's still alive. She knows not to do this. She knows not to do this. And she doesn't care. She hopes it kills her. She really does. The despair of this place, the horror of this place. Her hubris. She is in shock. Her torch just went out. First time she's ever carried a torch long enough for it to go out. She knew not to do this. And she did it anyway. She went the wrong way. She didn't know better, and she's going to commit to not knowing better. She hopes, she really hopes it kills her. Heart. I need a heart. Yeah, so do I. The ritual failed. My body is torn. Bring me a heart to replace my own. You will receive a gift. How? There's a creature in these halls that does not belong. Kill it and bring me its heart. Oh, you want the goat. You want the goat. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't care what your gift is. Black soul gems, skull lamps. She thinks about leaving his body and leaving a full set of Stalrim on him that they can pick off of him, but she can't take it herself. She's really not worried. She didn't try to heal herself. She's crying, but these tears feel very different than other tears she's shed. Again, she doesn't have words for it the same way she doesn't know who to pray to. A glowing sword. Stranger, you have come to my prison of fire. Please listen. Yes, my prison where I am to burn. I don't remember why. I only remember pain. Please release me from my chains. Yes, I will help you. Thank you. 3 witnesses, 3 chains, 3 keystones. Find the keystones in the halls of the damned, and bring them here. Only then will I be released. Okay. Right now, the only thing that she knows, this place will either kill her, or she's going to kill everything in it so that he's safe. Okay. She knows she found 1 keystone. She can't eat. Eating is not something she can do. She just threw up. Okay. Have one of the keystones. Keeps repeating in her head that she knew not to do this. She knew better. She knew better. Violet keystone. Okay, that should actually be all of them, I think. Starting to think Child is not going to get her hammer. That makes her a little sad. She said she'd do it. All the mystery she's... Oh, God. His body's gonna port with her. Let's see if by some miracle she can heal him. This is absolutely horrifying. His body continues to follow her. Every single time. She recalls. When she recalls, she recalls. That's funny. She has to stop to throw up again. I have the keystones. Thrust the stones into my burnt flesh and release me from my pain. Okay. Seems appropriate she's going to the halls of the damned. She expects his body to be at her feet. The only blessing to that is that if he follows her, she can bring him somewhere where she can lay him to rest. In his ancestral tomb. She can at least do that for him. Maybe this is a miracle. Azura granting her a gift. All that's going through her head is she knew not to do this. He seemed better able to care for himself than she was, but she was wrong. She doesn't really care that she's lost. She doesn't really care that she's probably going to fall into lava. Or end up in those chains herself. She thinks she deserves it. She knows he wouldn't blame her. And that just makes it worse. He would want her to keep going. He would want her to serve House Redoran and the Tribunal and right now, she just likes pretty headshots. They are pretty. The way the arrows she spent so much money on explode. Pretty colors. What if she tries to lay him to rest and he keeps following her? She's noticing that nobody notices her. Like they noticed him. She cannot let anyone, if she comes through this, absolutely cannot allow anybody else to build a life with her. So she decides she is going to heal herself. She is going to eat. She has to. She can't die down here. He would be so disappointed in her. And that's the only thing that carries her forward. She gave up and didn't end this. That she can hold on to. He wouldn't let that happen. She sits down at the edge here and just cries. This horrible place. There's not much left of her except to do something about it. She is alive, which is something he does not have, and she can't waste that gift or curse or whatever it is. Where's her spines? Skull? Some great snake? Even it's dead now. She holds Azura's star in her hands, which holds the soul of a skeletal champion. It's gone now because of her. With Azura's help. She still can't bring herself to pray to Azura. Thinks of all these anonymous bones. Nobody knows their stories. Nobody knows their names. Where they came from. What happened to them. How much endless pain and horror is held in these piles that she doesn't even want to touch. They should be revered. They should be honored for all their stories and their struggles and who they loved and what they threw up and who they worshipped. And she wonders about the ghost snake. This is a ghost snake, isn't it? This is a ghost snake. But it's not moving. And it can't move anymore. And neither can these bones. She can move. And as much as it hurts, she's going to. Angul's marrow. Resist poison 20%. She wonders if that's a hint. Who Trangul was, what their story was. She's actually pretty numb right now. She can hear something trying to attack her, but... Oh... Oh! All of you. Yes, he can fly, and he can't. She wonders if that would be a weakness the Skeleton King would go faster. Flying is important. She's gonna have to remember that. She comes and sits by him for a moment. Tries to heal him again. She just studied. She just studied restoration enough. She just studied restoration enough. There had to be a way. She would never know it. She knew from her upbringing that there were any number of shaman or healers or vile people who said they could bring people back from the dead, and it was never true. There are real gods. Maybe she could ask Vivec. Maybe she could go back to Azura's temple, but maybe she could do something. Maybe she could do something. It was an incredibly nausea-inducing horror of not being able to navigate, not even being able to find the thing she wants to kill. Thinks maybe this labyrinth really will get her. For now, just gonna leave the enchanted stuff. Maybe it'll light her way. She doesn't care about things right now. She went this way. She knows she went this way. Blackened heart. That doesn't match any resonance in her. Her heart isn't blackened. It's just... low? Okay. Is there a down here or an up? Wishes he were here to tease her about her sense of direction. And now she is literally shooting in shadows. Ah, there's an up. Weirdly, she must have passed by that skeleton. Didn't even see her. Is that the same one? I definitely saw her. She knows not to do this. But she knows to do this. She's going to do this. One way or another, whatever the outcome. She considers how much she loves her bow, this thing from the Daedra. Shouldn't exist in this world. Okay, she has gone up. Yes. Okay, more up. Journal updated to check in with Carnius Magnus, and Saul's time to see if there's any more for her. It's just such a mundane procedural thing. Makes her laugh. She's not afraid. She's really not. She's combination of numb, angry, focusing upon headshots. More than anything, manically determined. She just needs to keep going up, assuming there will be a staircase over here on this side. Shaking from exhaustion. stinking, and the blood and ichor, everything in here. I think she's getting closer. Well, she doesn't think she's going to die. She believes she's condemned to live. And the only purpose she can really find in that is what he believed in. Skull looks like he's waving, saying hello, right? She did not find an up. Everything's dead, right? Run through here till she can find something somewhere that leads someplace new. That's down. She doesn't want to go down. Okay. Shock is wearing off the same way the horror is wearing off. Not a new thing. She reflects upon how very accustomed she is to loss. She recharges her bow with someone she just killed. Well, technically, they were really already dead. They met with him asking her to clear a tomb of his ancestors. That's what happened, right? She's a little hazy on memory right now. She is completely exhausted. And it's not like the exhaustion she gets from studying, because then she knows there's a bed at the end of this. She doesn't know if she's just gonna die here. She knows she's died metaphorically? Mechanically shoots things in the head. It's a very simple thing to do. Something's still fighting, she doesn't know what it is. There you are. She feels a metaphoric death. She knows she survived the death of her parents, who should mean more to her than someone she met last week, but I think it was because she didn't have to protect her parents. Finally. Well, we'll probably find out soon. She wonders at the idiocy of burrowing so far down only to build up. But they're undead, you know? Probably missing parts that they need to make sense of things. Okay. It's back there. Out of fear and grief and exhaustion, she qualifies as delirious at this point. You start giggling at the thought that she knows not to do this. She does, right? She knows not to. She knew better. She can't stop shooting things in the head. She briefly thinks of shooting herself in the head, but the idea of trying to get the bow to do that makes her laugh. And it's a very inefficient thing, and then just stabbing herself in the eye with a Daedric arrow is like, that's far too dramatic. You're good at this. You can shoot things in the head. Just do that. Wherever you can reach. It doesn't have to be the head. The head's ideal. She has a lot of bone meal. And that makes her giggle. She is so grateful for replacement arrows. She keeps wanting to turn around and comment on something to him. And it's just not there. Some reasonable, exhausted part of her brain keeps telling her, you can mark and sleep and think and come back. Why are you doing this? She knows she's going to have to come back. If she lives, if she does this and falls into a stupor, she's going to have to come back. There's more to be done. The whole reasons for staying here before... Mark, stay here. Don't stay here. Stay here, don't stay here. What she knows is that unlike him, her bow is still warm and she's got more arrows. Now she knows his corpse is going to follow her. It's going to come with you. You can get him back to the tomb. You can find a way to bind him there with his ancestors. Maybe you can even talk to him. Just don't get yourself killed before you could put him to rest. You have that chance right now. You could still do it. And yet, bow warm, more heavy. It's harder to shoot these skeletons than you might think because, sometimes the arrows just go straight through. The number of times the arrows have gone straight through ribs is a frustrating reality. But they keep giving her more arrows here than she's ever seen. Anywhere else, she doesn't really care about this stuff. She's going to keep going up. Bow warm, more heads. A hysterical part is going, you can't, come on, you know you're not going to live through this. That's okay. It's really okay. I mean, as much as anything can be okay. Why did she give a scroll of Almasivi to a stranger? And not the man she was awkward at. She can't say she loved him. They didn't know each other that long. They never said it. It was only a dream. And this is almost like waking from it. Shaking and horror-struck and... But headshots are real. She starts about taking these things just so they can't have them. And again, just an excessive number of bones. She doesn't imagine anybody here had good funnel days. She doesn't see a Daedric bow anywhere. They had no choices. She has some, and she's gonna do the stupid thing that she knows not to do. Yes. Yes, she is. Hello. There's now a silent witness. She doesn't think she's gonna end up here. She does not think she's going to die here. She's almost giddy with it, but part of that is exhaustion, grief, and an odd sort of faded, not faded with a D, fated with a T, faded delusion. This point, she is testing fate in a way that she knows fate is not going to answer. But she wants it to matter. She wants this to mean something and is struggling with meaning. Part of her is just babbling that all of this is meaningless. It's as meaningless, as horrifying as the bones on the floor. Who does she think she is? What does she think she's going to accomplish? Everybody here is just as dead. Crunching over skulls and ribs, and you can't avoid them. There's a foul wind at your back. Death awaits at the top of the summit. Are you prepared to face it, or will you be found wanting? Yes. Yes to both. I will always be found wanting. And yet I am stupid and grieving enough to do this for him. You can hear him say, don't do this for me. This isn't for me. And she's not listening to that either. He's got a head. She's got a bow.
It begins in blood. It ends in bones.
And it's over. Can't stand to see the Daedra. She knows she should be grateful, but they don't belong in the party. She runs out of the hall, throws up again. Worldstone, the Skeleton King. I killed the Skeleton King, but I still need to destroy the fiery portal's source. I can only fathom that it's the big crystal inside the Skeleton King's throne room. Perhaps I should inspect it more closely. Worldstone. Crystal seems massive, but also fragile. Do you want to use the Skeleton King's mace to destroy the crystal and thus close the portal? You will not be able to return to this place after this action. Not just yet. One more time she wants to see. Turns off her torch. She's used to the dark now. She goes to the throne and imagines sitting here. How ugly it is. What a waste. Even the light sources are made of burning bones. The stink, the horror. What a waste. She can't stand considering even being in the mind or the thoughts of whatever created this place. She would gladly destroy it all. Do you want to use the Skeleton King's mace to destroy the crystal? Absolutely yes. You raise the Skeleton King's mace and smash it into the crystal. Cracks spread all over the crystal surface and the ground begins to tremble. Darkness engulfs you and you close your eyes. After you open them, you find yourself back in the caves below Caldera Priory. Returns to Adranith Ancestral Tomb. And as she thought, his body comes with her. She asks for all the blessings. Cure disease. Cure blight. Cure poison. You are not poisoned, it says, but she knows that's not true. The Lock's indwelling. CV restoration. The shrine is real. Has a real effect and a real comfort. She kneels by his body and apologizes. She is so sorry. She kneels and she prays. And this time she prays to Azura, the only goddess who has actually spoken to her, and she recognizes Azura's voice from her dream, and she thinks that maybe, if she prays hard enough, she could do some good.
Tell me what you want.
And at the end of her prayer, he's standing there, back in his bone mold, with his helmet on, and she'd like to ask him if she could see his face one more time, but no, she prayed that he could have his life back before she met him. And she imagines all he knows is she's giving him a tour of the tomb she cleared. But she's not going to say much more. She'll leave him here. Never see his face again. And she will dedicate herself to the temple and to Azura, as strange as that all sounds when put together. There is a way to honor the dawn and the dusk. There is a way to move forward, and there can be miracles. He is alive, at the cost of her hopes dying.
Honor is food and drink for the soul.
It is. Count only the happy hours. Sivi's blessings on you. And she turns to go. And once again, tries to cure the poison. But she is. She is exhausted, but she can't imagine doing this later. She has to finish what she started and what ended her. Give back the hammer. And be assured that this is over. She is grateful.
My weapons will give you the edge over any opponent.
I'm so glad you made it back to us, hero. And you rescued Damus and vanquished the Skeleton King. Thank you. Thank you. I see you got something there. Is that what's left of the king's armor? I thought so. From what I can tell, it's an impressive-looking armor, but in bad shape, and not made to fit your size. I've been yearning to try my hands at a real piece of armor, not just nails and crude iron weapons. You hand those scraps over to me, I promise I'll make something truly special to you once the Priory's been restored and I have my forge back. Excellent. Come visit me once the Priory's back to normal. I'll have the armor ready. As if she'd want to touch or wear anything from that thing. This used to be my home, and it will be again. Damus wants to rebuild, and I'll help him. Visit us once things are back to normal, and you'll hardly recognize the place. You found my hammer! Thank you. I can't give you much in return, but I hope this will be useful to you. She is genuinely happy they're alive and can rebuild their lives.
Come on, I haven't got all day, you know.
My friend, you've returned. We felt the earth tremble and we feared the worst. Tell me what happened. Have you defeated the Skeleton King? So it's over then. We can finally rejoice? Blessed be Stendar. Blessed be the divines. And you, my friend, thank you. I thank you with all my heart. Things will finally get back to normal. We'll rebuild the Priory and once again create a place of peace and worship. Return to me once the Priory's been restored to its former glory. I'd like to thank you properly for all you've done, but for the moment, I lack the means to do so.
I've got what an adventurer needs.
Looks again for a
fresh from the
moment.
forge.
These potential new beginnings here. And she is proud. She's so tired. She breaks down in front of the altar again. Just cries, but it's cleaner. She wipes the tears with her hand and realizes she's covered. Ash. Blood. She must have terrified the people she spoke to, but it's done. And by a simple act, it's gone. She makes some tea. Cooks some food. And all that remains is to fall into bed. She isn't afraid of nightmares because she just lived one. But there is the dawn and the dusk. Horror and beauty and knowledge. And maybe tomorrow there will be wisdom, but not right now.